So, hi Divas, as I promised on my live, the last live I did on my Instagram, I think it was this. Was it? Yeah. I promised that I was going to do a very detailed video on how I find my shade online, and this is it. So let's begin. I'll be looking down because I've made some notes. So foundation shade vary because we have foundation shades that have different undertones. In order for you to actually find your foundation shade, it's very have to know your undertone. You have to know that your undertone, because once you get your undertone, then you've narrowed it a little bit down. Okay, so when it comes to undertones, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not educated in that sector. I just love makeup, so I'm just going to, whatever I'm going to say right now is just what I've learned from the internet and of course from YouTube. Types of undertones, there are three types: the warm, cool, and the neutral. Warm includes golden, yellow, or peachy undertones. Then you have the cool tones, which include pink, red, or bluish undertones. Then you have the neutral one, which is a mixture of warm and cool. Then if you go on the internet, of course, there are so many ways of identifying your undertones. There's tips and tricks on how to identify your undertones. So if you go on the internet, you'll see, okay, I think you should the one that I used is I went outside in natural light and I stretched out my hand and I looked at my veins and I saw that my veins were green. And I guess that means I have warm undertones. Then there's those ones who say, if you look good in gold jewelry or silver jewelry, for sure. If I love gold, then of course I will say I look good in gold. And if I love silver, of course I will say I look good in silver. So this one is one of those. Try some jewelry. That for me really doesn't work. I didn't find that to be helpful. So according to what I'm currently reading, it says so you have cool undertones if you can see blue veins in your skin. If your veins appear green on the skin, olive, you're warm. Neutral is a mixture of both warm and cool undertones. But when I looked at mine, I found out that mine were green. And do this in natural light. Don't do it like at night or in the bathroom with the bathroom light. No, you need to go stand outside, do it in the natural light. So once you have narrowed down your undertone, then you are on the right path. Here in Switzerland, it's quite difficult for me to find my shade. I always have to end up ordering online. So now we are going to go to the screen and I'm just going to show you guys how I go about this whole process. So guys, normally I would go to Sephora and then I would go to click on makeup and then foundation. Then when you Too Faced, Want This Way foundation, then we're going to go to the shade finder. Okay, so then we're going to click on the shade finder. So let's get started. And then select your current foundation brand. You can use whichever one you want to use. Let me use Sephora from the Sephora collection. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to choose this one. So you see, it's giving me mahogany. Okay, select this shade. This is what I usually do. So according to the shade finder, mahogany would be my shade. And it's an exact match, okay? So it's very deep with golden undertones. One, the undertones is correct, okay? The undertones, correct. So what we have here? Here we have the next shade will be Spiced Rum.
very deep with rosy undertones. And this one, hazelnut, deep with rosy undertones. No. And this one would be deepest with neutral undertones. That would be cocoa. And then we have deepest with golden undertones. So here we have our match according to according to this shade finder is mahogany. Okay, let's leave it at that. So once I have this shade, so I already know most probably these shades that are above mahogany are not for me. These are not for me. Anything below it with golden undertones would be for me. Okay, truffle is too dark. It's rich with golden undertones. Then we have sable, which is rich with rosy undertones. It's also not for me. Tiramisu. So I know, because I've done this a couple of times, I know either tiramisu is the shade for me, or maybe mahogany, but I think mahogany is going to be too dark. So now we're going to go to the next website where I usually go. So go onto the search and just search www.thebasics, the base, and then you add ics.com. Instagrammer called Coco Swatches. I think she's the one who made this website. And then on this website, once you're on this website, on the homepage, there are these 3 tabs here. Find your basic match, explore your shade, and view shade ranges. So if it's your first time on this website, just click on the find your basic match. Then you're going to end up on this, there's this quiz. So you're going to choose, what type of finish do you prefer for your foundation? I prefer a matte finish. How would you best describe your undertone? I already know my undertone to be a warm undertone. How much coverage are you looking for? Well, okay, for this option, let's go for a medium coverage. Choose the option that most accurately depicts your skin tone. See the chart below. So then you scroll down below and you have all these pictures. It's quite difficult to really pinpoint, because I mean, there are so many, we are all of different shades, you know. So if you don't find a picture that actually looks like you or describes your skin tone, you can scroll right to the bottom, and here it says need help. Check out our FAQs here and our conversion chart here. So click on here, and then it's going to redirect you to this page here, where we have different samples of different foundation shades. So for example, personally, I know Fenty 490, 480, that's not my shade, that's too dark for me. So I'm going to go with number 3. Because under number 3, I have Fenty at 440. Okay? 450, 430, and 440. I've never tried Estee Lauder, so I really don't know, but I guess one of these would be one of my shades, and the Maybelline Fit Me, one of these would be one of my shades. So I'm number 3. So I'm just gonna go back to the quiz, and then I'm gonna choose number 3. Submit. So once you submit, you get suggestions, okay? So Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation would be 368 deep golden. So Maybelline Matte for poreless, blah, 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 blah. Then you read the whole thing. The match, the accuracy is around 9.2. Then if you want to save the results, you just give in your email address, and then they send you an email with your results. You can go down, and here you have different foundation suggestions, or you can just click to see more swatches. So when you go to click to see more swatches, it's going to be like a list you choose what you want. Okay, so we said a matte finish. So here I have a list of suggestions of different foundation shades, ranges where I may lie. Okay, but now we're looking for the Born This Way, right? So what I'm gonna do is view shade ranges. So I'm going to go to view shade ranges, and here we have the different brands that offer complexion, deep complexion or more colored complexion shades. Then I'm gonna go to the Born This Way. Let's see what they suggest for me. So for me, when I go down here, I have base 3 and 4. So here I have, ooh girl, I have tiramisu, which is deep golden. I have cocoa. Okay, we have tiramisu, and then we have mahogany, which is very deep with golden undertones. And we also have chai. Then we have chestnut. When I look at the swatches on the arm, I think chestnut and chai are just too dark. And then I think, I don't know, maybe mahogany or tiramisu or fine. So now I've rounded it down to 3 shades. Okay, we have mahogany, which is deep golden and which is very deep with golden undertones, and we have tiramisu, which is deep golden. And I don't know, but I don't know. Let's go on to YouTube. I'm really interested in the newest matte, and we're going to tip on tiramisu and search. All right, so I just want anybody who is wearing tiramisu. So I'm gonna look for tiramisu. So this is what I usually do. I just go ahead and then I'll just search for all the shades like mahogany, tiramisu, cocoa, and then I will settle down on a shade. I watch the reviews, I hear what they have to say.
So guys, I really hope all this information was very helpful, and maybe you can use these tips and tricks to find your own shade, especially now that we're in quarantine and the only option now to shop is online. I really hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, don't feel free to leave them in the comments down below. So I used the same method to order this foundation on the Born This Way matte foundation, which I'll be reviewing. If you want to know if this time I also ordered the right shade, then make sure to click on this link here so that you check out my review. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. Of course, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. See you in the next one.